Welcome to Adding and Subtracting Linear Expressions. These crazy numbers right here are your assignment. I've actually blocked out everything that is not your assignment on the PDF. Let's go. So, you are being asked to go ahead and write these on your paper. Sorry, I am on an iPad, so I don't have to write them down. They're just there. So here we go. Number one, simplify the expression. You have 4 boxes labeled F. You have 11 boxes labeled F. That is 15 boxes labeled F when you add them together. You have 1 box labeled B. You have 4 boxes labeled B. Together, that would be 5 boxes labeled B, but don't forget that somebody is about to try and take away 9 boxes labeled B. That would leave you with -4 boxes labeled B. Oh no. You have already lost 4 boxes labeled Z. You're about to lose 7 more. That means you will have lost 11 boxes labeled Z. You are feeling -6, but somebody's going to give you 3 compliments. That's not enough to make you feel well enough. You are still feeling negative. These, if this confused you by just the look of them, these things right here, these, those are the X's. So if you're confused by that, this, number 8, is really 2x minus 6 in those parentheses, plus, and then x plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're supposed to write the sum or difference modeled by the tiles, then simplify it. So one thing I forgot to do is slap some parentheses on there. One reason why that doesn't really matter is when you are adding, it doesn't really matter because an addition sign is not going to change anything in here. So what does that mean? A subtraction sign definitely will change things, but we don't have to worry about that until number 9. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to say, all right, 2x plus x, well, that's 3x. -6 plus 5. I mean, look, just go back to what we did with algebra tiles. Let me erase that real quick. If you combine this tile and that tile, remember what happens? They cancel each other out. So you can just make sure and go back and forth. Cancel that one, 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 cancel that one. We have a -1 left over. So the answer for number 8 is 3x minus 1. Number 9, we have 2x plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this box, in those parentheses. We have this minus, cannot forget that. And then we are subtracting 2x minus 4. Okay, so that's the first part of our answer. And what I'm going to do is jump over here so that I can do this, so that I can really have the freedom in the room to work out this problem. All right, here's what's happening. You have a couple ways you can do this. You can either do it in your head, where it's, okay, 2x minus 2x. Here's what I did, is I basically just went from like term, bounced to what am I going to be doing, and bounced to the next like term. You could do that. In fact, here, let me do this. Let me get rid of that so that I can kind of copy paste this so I can do it twice. So copy, paste, I'm going to do it twice. So the first one is, like I said, I'm just going to bounce. All right, hey, this is what I'm doing. 2x minus 2x would actually cancel each other out. And then 7 minus -4. 7 minus -4 would be 11. I mean, so that's going to be your answer. But maybe, maybe you don't do it this way. Maybe you do it this way. So what's the maybe over here? The maybe over here is rewriting things so that you can go, okay, hang on. I am subtracting 2x. That works. You're subtracting a positive 2x, right? And then the other one is, well, you are subtracting a negative 4. So subtracting a negative 4. So to update everything, looks like that. And then now, just like we did a second ago, the 2x and the negative 2x cancel each other out. And then 7 plus 4 is just 11. So either way you do this problem, the answer is just 11. 11. Find the sum n plus n. That's 2n. 8 plus negative 12. That's negative 4. 7 plus 3b. Well, we can't do that, right? So don't try and do that. Why can't we add these two? They're not like terms. So this kind of goes back to, if we were going to do these vertically, we cannot write it like this. Why not? Because these don't add together. These don't add together. So if you're going to do it vertically, you're going to have to rearrange these. And here's what that would look like. It would be positive 2, because look, that's positive, and positive 3b. You could do it this way. But here's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Negative b plus 3b is 2b. And then check that out. That's what this says. Negative b plus 3b is positive 2b. And then 7 plus 2, that's just 9. Look, 7 plus 2, that's just 9. So I don't care if you write it like this one or if you write it like this one. Either way, that's the right answer. Okay, adding. Let's do some more adding. Like terms. Negative 3k plus 3k. Well, that will look like this. Negative 0.4k. If you're not sure what I mean, we have negative 3.4k, right? And if you were going to add 3, is that enough to make it positive? No. So, in fact, here, watch this. Maybe I shouldn't put my 3 there. Maybe I should put it here, right? And so since I said, hey, is this enough to make negative 3.4 positive, and we said no, then our answer is going to be negative, and what we can just do is 3.4 minus 3, which would be negative 0.4, okay? So here, let me get rid of that, because that's where I'm going to be working here in a second. Negative 0.4, well, I already put it there. Negative 0.4k, there it is, all right. And what are we going to do next? Negative 7 plus 21, that is positive 14. 16. Here, since I kind of wrote all over that, let's grab this, move it down. Let's move it down here. So we got lots and lots of room to work on it. All right. 6 and negative 4. Those are like terms. And we're going to be adding. Dude, when you're adding, you're so happy because you don't have to make any changes hardly. 6 minus 4. Negative 2.7h. Where are his friends? He doesn't have any. So you just bring it down. So then negative 1.3j, where are his friends? He doesn't have any either. So what? You're done. The only thing you had to do was 6 minus 4 on that one. All right, now we're subtracting. So this is where you have to be vigilant. You have to be paying attention. We have 4 and 16. Those are like terms. But just like I did over here, where I said maybe, just like I did for 9. Sorry, I was wondering which number it was. Just like I did for number 9. This is the strategy that I think will be the most helpful for you. So that's what I'm going to do over here. Is I'm going to just copy paste this. 4 minus 5y. And then negative 2y. Why is it negative all of a sudden? It was positive, but I'm going to be subtracting it. And when you subtract a positive, It's just subtracting. It's just negative, just like that. And now negative 16. If you want to write it like that first, go for it. What you will end up getting, just like this. And now you want to combine like terms. So 4 and 16, that's 20. Negative 5y, negative 2y, that's negative 7y. You can write it like that, or you can write it like this. Either one is fine with me for right now. 22. Let's do this. Let's copy him and move him over. 22. Let's move over here, shall we? So 22, just like the last one, I'm going to just copy paste the first part and then deal with my negative. So I am saying, hey, I want to subtract negative 2.4. You can either do this in your head or you can write negative 2.4 in minus 4. Here we can now simplify what we've written to look like that, yeah? Combine like terms. There's 2n and 2.4n. That's 4.4n. There is negative 9, negative 4. That's negative 13. Done. All right. Last one, 24. Oh, no, fractions. You'll be fine. In fact, here, just to help myself be a little bit organized, hang on. I'm going to cover up that problem real quick. Cover up this guy so I can write and not worry about it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this guy. Why am I copying him? Because he's just positive. This is just positive. But now this guy, I'm about to subtract this whole thing, right? So I'm going to subtract negative 5/4. Okay, I'm going to skip a step here. Instead of me writing negative, I'm just jumping into positive. Because you know that when you subtract a negative, that's positive. And if you're like, wait, how? Remember, if you are insulted by 2 and someone is going to remove 2 insults from you, you are now feeling positive too, because removing insults is a compliment. Okay. Next, negative 24. That's plus 24. And now we just do like terms. 9/4 x plus 5/4 x is 14/4 x. 6 plus 24 is 30. Y'all, that was it. We just did the whole thing. I tried to explain it as best I could, slowly, and it was less than 13 and a half minutes. So, let me know what questions you got. See ya.